On the piss.
And welcome back to the Bloody Brilliant Beers podcast, brought to you by Bluebet.
That's Klutz. I'm Das. We are the Bloody Brilliant Beers. We started out reviewing craft beers on Facebook, and now we bring you the conversations that you'd more than likely hear from the front bar at your local. And Klutzy, just like every other bloody week, mate, where are we?
Mate, we're at the Caxton.
We are.
It's lovely.
It's the greatest pub I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah,
it's great to be back here.
It is. It's been a week or so.
I was going to say the summer evenings. It's not quite summer yet. It's not even spring yet, is it, here in
No,
Brisbane?
it's technically winter.
There's
Not
a bit
autumn.
of natural light coming in through the Caxton windows, and geez, it's got me up and about for the warmer months.
Yeah, mate, I'm very excited for it. Getting a little bit sick of the cold. Got a bit cold again this week. Wasn't a big fan of it. But, yeah, we'll see where we go from here.
Bring on summer. This is our On the Piss podcast where basically we just talk shit for the next little while and have a beer and catch up, mate. So how was your weekend?
Yeah, not too bad. Rewinding, I had the week off work last week and again this week because I'm fucked. And
The question everyone wants to know, how did Jeeps go on Friday night in the semi-final?
shit house.
Shit
We'll see you
house.
next year. Yeah, but rewinding, went to the Ekka on Wednesday.
Yeah, nice.
Glorious return after about 10 years, I think.
The Ekka, for people not in Australia, not in Brisbane, is our exhibition show. It's sort of like, there's rides.
It's your
heaps of
carnival.
shit.
Your local
Carnival
carnival
that's
that rolls into town once a year. It was great.
We get a public holiday for it up here in Brizzy
Yeah.
on Wednesday, midweek. The worst fucking possible public holiday ever, but, you know, we'll take what we can get.
Jeez. Bit grumpy there, mate.
Well, I just don't, what's the point of having a fucking midweek
I
public
think
holiday?
it's good. I like it. It sort of splits up your week a little bit. And then
If you would rather a Wednesday off than a Monday or Friday, you're sick in the head.
No, but it's sometimes good because a lot of people around that time of year, you get extended leave off.
Yeah,
You know,
so
like when we were back at school, you got the Thursday, Friday off as well. And
I get that. But
Yeah.
if I've got a public holiday to choose from, it's a Friday or a Monday.
yeah,
for me.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give us a long weekend.
Jeez. Mate, it's okay.
Yeah, every day's a holiday for me, so it doesn't even matter. It's great. But yeah, how's the Ekka? Did you get swine flu?
No, I didn't actually. I brought swine flu there. I was feeling a bit crook before it as well. One thing I've learned is that when you've got hay fever,
Yeah.
which apparently I have, sneezing with a rib injury is one of the all-time cunts.
Yeah. I can imagine.
It sucks. Coughing as well. So
Laughing. Driving over speed bumps.
everything. It's ridiculous. So I just tried to keep my mouth shut the whole day. I became a mute.
If you're a fan of this podcast, you'll know that's tough for Josh
Fuck,
to do.
it was hard. But no, I covered literally every square inch of the Ekka. Something that Caitlin was very impressed
Did you
by.
check your step count?
No, I didn't.
Can you check it right now?
Yeah,
What's your
I'll
step
Google
count be for Ekka Wednesday?
Let's have a look.
I haven't been to the Ekka in years.
Yeah, I haven't been since school, dude.
Yep. Can't say I've got a will or a want to go.
Oh, shit.
23,000.
22,913.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive for a day out at the carnival.
Yeah, it was. So literally covered every square inch. I told Caitlin that we would see everything.
Yeah.
And at the end, she's like, I didn't know that you meant we would see literally everything. Like, there was parts of the Ekka, she's like, I didn't know this existed.
I was messaging you at I don't know what time during the day, and then you were sending me a thing like you're still at the Ekka. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah.
He's on like an 8-hour shift at the Ekka.
I think we did about 10.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But I like to go to all the pavilions and have a look at everything there. It's always good to
beers
see
and
all the
shit there
cattle.
as well, hey?
Yeah, I had a couple of beers. New brewery from, I think it was Salisbury. They had some beers on tap, Hiker Brewing. Really
Why
good.
did I think when I saw that label that it was Tasmanian? I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
Well,
weird.
Tasmania known for their hills.
Yeah, hikes, I guess.
Hikes and stuff.
Yeah. Salisbury, not so much.
Yeah, no,
Maybe
not
they are. I don't
Salisbury.
know.
I don't know. I
I'm
haven't
not a
really
hiker.
ventured to Salisbury.
No.
But yeah, it was lovely. So had a bunch of good food and stuff. The strawberry sundaes were elite as always.
What is it about them that are so good, hey? They are.
I don't know.
fucking
There's something
elite.
different. What I think it is the strawberry at the bottom of the cone.
Yeah.
Gives this nice little sweetness.
It's
Because
so
when you get a good
creamy as
strawberry,
well.
it's
Like
so
I know,
good.
I know it's ice cream, but it's like extra creamy or something.
There's like a special factory that just makes that strawberry.
Remember
ice
when they
cream,
did
I
it, you
think.
could get them like takeaway for
Yeah.
when COVID hit?
Yeah.
Fuck, that was
We
good.
were discussing that the other night and how good it was.
Did you get a dag with dog?
Got a dag with dog. Caitlin even had a bite.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Because she missed it that much.
Yeah, right.
So she
I don't
just had
blame
a
her.
single
I fucking
bite.
love dag with dogs.
But on the strawberry ice cream, one thing that was, as two people that used to work in the hospitality industry, myself and Caitlin, one thing that we love looking at is hospitality chaos.
Yep.
And there were so many different strawberry and ice cream stands. The first one that we went to, the people running it, they're a lot younger and they just had no fucking idea what to do. You'd go up, you'd order, because I saw this whole line of people just standing outside where you actually collected your ice cream from.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, they mustn't have ordered. They're just waiting for people, because they had so many ice creams ready to hand out to people, but they're all there. And then we ordered and they were like, just take your order number over and wait. And there's like 15 ice creams ready. All we needed was 2. And they just go, 72, one ice cream. Like, yep.
Oh.
Give the receipt up, hand it out. Next receipt, have a look, work out how many. It was so fucked. And Caitlin and I were both like, this is such a terrible
Were they
system.
melting?
They weren't melting because it wasn't too warm.
Yeah.
Like they were giving them out quick enough that it wasn't melting, but it was also like
And slow enough that it was annoying.
trust a bit of honesty where maybe people just come up and go, I got 2.
Bang.
Boom.
Yeah.
You know? Grab
But
them
even
and
you
go.
can check it. Give them your thing. I got 2. Check. Yep. Take 2.
It'd be so easy. We came back about 2 hours later. It was around the lunch rush and all chaos, like all hell had broken loose. It was just absolute chaos.
Fuck, I've got to sneeze so bad. It's on the edge. So sorry if I
It's
go.
all good.
Yeah.
They're all just like sprinting around inside the little donger and everything. And like there was like a massive line of, I'd say, about 20 people deep waiting for an ice cream. These people had no fucking idea what was going on. We just started chuckling to ourselves. We walked to another part of the Ekka. This is about half an hour later. There's another strawberry ice cream stand just run by like older grannies.
Yep.
Like just your run-of-the-mill grandma.
Yep.
And it was the
Obviously
most efficient
seen-
system.
Yeah. They've seen
Oh
way more
my
Ekkas.
God.
They've been to way more Ekkas than the young people.
It was poetry in motion.
Yep.
It was like someone needs to go show
like
these
put that
youngins how
on
to
a
do it.
postcard.
Yeah.
If you're trying to explain to someone from interstate what the Ekka is, show them this stand.
You know, like when you go to a new, like a new job, like particularly the hospo jobs, and they make you do like little, watch little videos on different procedures and stuff.
Yeah.
They should have got the fucking film crew out that day and just gone,
This is the A+ operational standard. Yeah.
Doris and her fellow grannies are just running an absolute clinic here.
On the Ekka, and you're talking about not being that warm, like warm enough to melt ice cream. What do you reckon it is about the Ekka? It's fucking freezing every year when the Ekka's on.
Yeah,
That
I don't know.
one week. Like it's already warmed back up.
They
It's
always
windy as
talk about
fuck.
they always talk about the August wind, but it's only for that 10-day period.
It's bizarre, mate.
It's so strange.
It's not windy today, and the Ekka finished on Sunday?
Yeah.
And today's Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday, and it's sweet.
It was windy as fuck last week.
Bro, it is ridiculous. It happens every single year.
Yeah, but why? That's so
I don't know. I think because there's something in the air. There's excitement in the air.
Carnies in the air.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But we went to the. It was good to go back to the night show. Caitlin was disappointed that the monster trucks weren't there, but there was BMX instead, which was pretty hectic.
Yep.
One of the things they did though, one of our we had a few friends go along as well on different days. Now they had this one thing inside the arena, and they had a truck with a ramp, and it had a ladder on the side.
Yeah.
And they had this whole narrative of an American cowboy versus an Australian stockman.
Okay.
And
was it the stockman of the Caxton?
No, it wasn't the stockman of the Caxton.
The cuckman of the Caxton?
Yeah, this bloke was actually talented. So basically what they did was the cowboy went first.
Yep.
And the stockman had to beat his time, and they started at a certain point. You'd run around, jump off the horse onto a moving truck, onto the ladder, climb up, run down, hit the buzzer, fireworks go off.
That's pretty sick.
It was pretty sick.
Yeah.
Now, when I went, the cowboy did it in 33 seconds, and the stockman did it in 23.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, like he was fucking traveling on his horse. It was crazy. Our mates went on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I said to Caitlin, this is where my head's at for a few things. I was filming different things throughout the show because I was like, if someone falls here, it's going to be fucking sick.
Hectic, yeah.
Like, it's going to be fucked. Like, hopefully they're okay if they fall, but you want to catch that on camera.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. But then one of our mates is like, do you guys go to the nighttime show? Like, yeah. He goes, fucking Boots, the cowboy, missed the ladder and fell face first onto the track.
Holy shit.
Apparently
Was he all right?
Yeah, he was all right, but he got up. Everything's like fucking
Covered in dirt and shit.
cut up.
Oh, right.
Like everything ripped. So the Stockman wins again.
Fuck, it'd be a thankless life
Bro.
being like a touring cowboy for a show like that.
Yeah, it'd be so fucked.
It'd get boring as well. Like, you do the same shit every night. Like,
Yeah, I reckon they must do it different for each state.
Yeah.
Because, like, the fella who was the Australian stockman, I believe he runs a station out west.
Okay.
Gave him a bit of a Google. He's been on, like, Farmer Wants a Wife and shit like that.
Oh, okay. So he's like a...
Bloke from the Brisbane suburbs who grew up wanting to go out to Western Queensland to be a stockman.
Look at him now.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Running amok at the Ekka.
It's certainly not the life for everyone, but it'd be quite rewarding doing a bunch of that sort of shit.
Imagine if the grand final for you was like we're talking about Jeeps and, you know, your grand final for 6th grade rugby. But imagine if your grand final was the nighttime show of the Brisbane exhibition.
Yeah.
What a life to live.
That'd be pretty sick because it's packed out all the time.
Oh, yeah. Fucking pumped.
And Machinery
Fireworks and
Hill,
shit.
there's something special about Machinery Hill. If you haven't been, there's just, every year we go and sit at Machinery Hill. It's just these concrete fucking steps. The last time I was at the showgrounds, I think was to like listen out or something like that.
Festival, yeah.
And it doesn't compare.
Yeah, right.
It simply doesn't compare.
I don't think I've been there for yonks apart from a festival.
Yeah. But one final shout out, there was a few fellas that were running the RSPCA petting zoo.
Yeah, I remember hearing
And this is so funny. So all these blokes working there had these nice, I don't know if they're Ringers Western or RM shirts or something, but they had like Ekka and they had to wear this badge that said, "Ask me anything, I'm a farmer."
Yeah.
So went along and actually there's two things. I just remembered another thing. Went along, a few of the boys said g'day, and I started chatting to one of them. I was like, "So are you, like, whereabouts are you from?" He goes, "Oh, Sydney." I was like, "Oh, true." He goes, "Let you know a little secret. I'm from Sydney. Those three blokes over there are from Brisbane. We've never really stepped foot on a farm. We're not farmers at all, but one of our mates' dads just has a connection, so we're just working
got
here
the
on
boys a
public
job.
holiday rates."
Yeah.
I was like, "That's awesome." He's like, "Yeah, someone came up and asked me the other day about like what type of piglet that was or like what type of fucking sheep it was."
Do they just
I don't
bullshit
know.
or do they defer to someone else?
He just went, "Oh, it's not my area of expertise." Like, go ask that guy.
I'm an accountant.
But yeah, exactly. So that was pretty funny. And the last one, we're in the ag pavilion and we're going around looking at all the food displays and shit like that. And then they had the stand for every family needs a farmer.
Yep.
And this bloke's there and he's like, "G'day, mate. What do you want to know?" I was like, "Ask these two anything." And he had his two kids there. He's like, "Ask them anything. They'll be able to give you an answer on anything." I was like, "Well, what's happening here?" He's like, "Oh, mate, just every family wants a farmer. So what do you want to know about farming?" And the daughter chimes in and goes, "The last time I saw you were in your undies at the Caxton." I was like, "Oh my God."
Does she mean actual undies or budgies?
Budgies.
Yeah, and it was Magic Round.
And it was probably Magic Round.
Yeah.
So I was mortified.
There's probably a fair bit of stuff that we've done like that that you just don't think of at the time that like people are never going to forget.
Yeah, the thing was, I'm with my missus.
Yeah.
And then her dad's there.
Yeah.
Imagine saying, last time I saw you was at the Caxton.
And undies sounds a lot worse than budgies.
Yeah. And so he's like, "Oh," well, and then they started explaining it. And then
which is not an easy explanation.
I've got to get the sticker. I've got to, every family needs a farmer sticker. Maybe we need to chuck it like
up
here.
there. Yeah, I like
which
that.
would be great. So I did forget to bring it in today. But as we walked away, Caitlin looked behind and she was just laughing. She's like, the whole family and the rest of the stalls all crowding around her and they're like pointing at us and like explaining what happened. So shout out to that. But Ekka, great. I can't wait for it next year. I was actually fucking G'd up as to go to it this year. I love looking at all the different animals and that sort of shit.
How do you reckon you would have gone if you had, like, if you're fully fit? Like, if your ribs were right, would that have made it a better experience?
At the Ekka?
Yeah.
Probably. It didn't go on any rides.
I was going to say, did you go on any rides?
Didn't go on any rides. A few of the games I didn't really do because, like...
You're fucked.
Just fucked.
Yeah.
I can't twist or anything properly, which is not exactly the best thing when you're a bit of a mover and shaker. But that's all right. But yeah, moving forward.
Friday night, Jeeps.
Friday night, went down to West. We had 11 players out. And I think we lost 32.
Was it your first coaching gig?
Second. I didn't really do that much coaching. My first coaching gig was against Redland Bay a few weeks back at West.
Yeah.
And that's when I said I'm definitely a Craig Bellamy type operator.
Yeah, just blow up.
Just blowing up. And then afterwards, sweet.
Yeah.
But Yeah, look,
We get it. You've been to Melbourne once.
It was yeah, thank you. It was difficult. It was a hard watch, but the boys put in.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, but bigger and better things. Like there's something special growing next year.
It's not a failed season by any stretch of imagination.
No, definitely not. I think with the adversity that we faced this year, to finish in third is quite phenomenal, really.
Yeah. And it means we might get to go to the footy on Friday night.
That's it. Do you know what it made me realise as well?
What?
How good the Penrith Panthers are.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't go back to back in sixth grade.
Yeah.
With a fairly similar, actually, it wasn't even that similar of a team. We had 6 people from last year's grand final playing this year.
Yeah.
And, you know, with that much turnover, of course, it's going to be difficult to go back to back. The Panthers are losing stars left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
And they're looking to go for a three-peat.
Yeah.
And
it's impressive.
I literally, that's sort of my scat thought of the week.
Yeah.
I think, as I sat there going,
that's where your mind went in the midst of a defeat.
We lost, and I was like, geez, the Penrith Panthers are an impressive outfit. Like, that's
the next logical step.
Yeah.
The next logical step.
Oh, well, game recognised game.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
But, it wasn't the best, but
not the worst.
It's good, though, because this weekend should be interesting. We've got third grade in a final on Saturday and second grade in a final on Sunday. So I've got to go down and support the boys there. And
if anyone's going to the footy on Friday night, the Cowboys versus the Dolphins, I think it is, at Suncorp. We might be there.
Hopefully.
If that's the case, we'll probably be at the Caco beforehand for a few skewy mois. So make sure you come say g'day.
That's it. To round out the weekend as well, have you ever been to Ninderry?
No. Couldn't even tell you where it is. Well, I know where it is only because of my conversations with you, but
well, my missus and her dad don't know where Ninderry is either because it's definitely not near Maloney.
So funny. You sent me the funniest text messages.
So
Clutzy told me all week that he was going to Maloney for the weekend.
Yeah, because I've been told we're going to Maloney.
Yeah.
So Caitlin came and picked me up. It was her pa's 80th. So the dad side of the family were all booked into this lovely, lovely house that was in Maloney.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So you were informed, yeah.
Yeah, so, and Caitlin said to me, she's like, get some cheese, crackers and dip. And I was at the shops and I called her. I was like, if we're going to Maloney, let's go to Maloney Dairy.
Yep.
Because that'd be sick. She's like, oh, that's a great idea. So she's like, yeah, I put the address in and like, it's just over an hour away. I was like, oh, awesome. So get to Maloney, go to Brouhaha, grab some strawberry and rhubarb.
Great brewery, great sour.
Yeah. Really happy with that. Grab some cheese from Maloney Dairy.
Of course.
Spent fucking 15 minutes trying to find the bottle shop on the main street, which wasn't on the main street, but that's just a whole nother story. It was like a magical journey. And then I put in the address.
Yep. So you're leaving the bottle shop.
Thinking
the accommodation's no more than 5-10 minutes away.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like 20 minutes max. That'd be fine.
Yep.
Just outside of Maloney. Put it in and I was like, is this the address? She's like, yep, that's it. I was like, awesome. We have 45 minutes until we get there.
Which is about the same amount of time it takes you to get to Maloney from Brisbane.
Yeah. She's like, oh, what? And I was like, did you put this in? She's like, yeah. I just didn't have a look at how far away it was from Maloney. It just looked like it was at Maloney.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we're going to go basically to Noosa.
Fuck.
So back out onto the highway, back up there. 45 minutes later, we get to Ninderry.
Easy mistake to make.
Very easy mistake to make. And I was like, oh, this is so bizarre. I didn't roast her too much for it because I was like, in the family chat, apparently it said Maloney.
Yeah, okay. So not all her fault.
And then we rock up and her dad's partner was like, oh, she's like, oh, how'd you go? Like, you guys didn't even rock up that late. It's like, oh, your dad thought we were in Maloney. And Caitlin's sister and I just started laughing. She's like, oh, what? I'm like, well, Caitlin got Brett's memo.
Yeah.
And
so maybe he was the one at fault.
Maloney. Yeah, he was. And then as soon as we saw him, he's like, let me guess, Nicole told you thought we were in Maloney. It's like, yeah, well, that's why we went to Maloney.
We drove out there.
But
just to be sure.
It was a lovely weekend. A lot of pool was played. I got to stay in a spa as well.
Lovely.
It was awesome. And then just had a nice relaxing Sunday. And yeah, now we're
back.
We're back. The ribs are still fucked, so I'm off work again for the week.
Yep.
Yeah, so
we missed you at Punk Club on the week. Man, our Punk Club get together.
How was that?
It was good. Actually, there was a few notable people missing. Actually, pretty tame.
Probably the two people that are carrying Punt Club.
Yeah,
at the
you
moment.
and Roz. And then Matter was also away. But no, I don't think anyone got a winner. So that shows how good of a form we're in.
Yep.
The boys are flying.
To go from 4 wins in a row last week to no
none.
wins is so shit.
Yeah, very, very shit. But that's okay.
Very, very truly early.
It was a very fun day still. I left at probably 5 o'clock. My missus was like, "Oh, I'm impressed you didn't have a bigger day." But as everyone knows, I'm training for my marathon so I can put Clutzy through hell in his eating challenge. But as I was leaving, it was so funny. Our friend Footy came over and he had this huge like glass tiki glass. What is that, mate? It's Long Island iced tea. And he gave it to, I was like, "Can I have a sip?" And he gave it to me and it was fucking like petrol, mate.
Yeah.
And he was like, "It's $15. And I thought he was like blowing up at that. I was like, "Oh, that's like pretty good." He's like, "Yeah, it's fucking cheap as. I thought it'd be 30. So all the boys started drinking Long Islands and playing the pokies, and I was like, "I am fucking out of here."
Yep.
And then got sent a few photos in the group chat from later on that night. It looked like they got up
one
to
of the
no
boys
good.
was nude at like 8:45 or
Yeah.
8:45, and Darcy's like, "I literally said to Klutz as I was leaving, everyone was tame, but they just ordered Long Island
And about to get
This is like
weird.
2.5 hours later."
Yeah. So they flicked the switch, but no, pretty quiet weekend for me.
One thing that you brought up, we won't name names here, but is there anything worse in punting than when there's a race on and someone is on multiple things?
Yeah, no, there's not.
There's not. Darcy, we'll keep the guy anonymous, but he is a repeat offender.
Yeah.
How many is too many to get on?
More than, I think 2's still dumb.
I still think 2's dumb because you should just be dialing in on 1.
Yeah, but he was 3. And then carrying on like he picked the winner of the Melbourne Cup. Like,
So pick the whole field.
and the
next
thing
time.
that one paid $4. So like,
So he still would have been down.
if you're backing 3 horses and you're only getting a $4 return on the one that won, like probably didn't deserve the carry on that he had.
Yeah.
One thing in general, I think, is carrying on like that when you don't have a big win when everyone else is in the dumps. Like,
Yeah,
read the
I
room.
hate it. I hate it, particularly if everyone else has ridden something else. You just don't.
To be fair, he did pick a few winners earlier on in the day and was sharing tips and stuff. But yeah, it was just he was carrying on like he's,
Won the Melbourne Cup.
and he's just back something at 4s that he had 2 other bets on. But anyway, each to their own. Each to their own. Shout out to Bluebet.
Yeah, shout out
That
to
was the
Bluey.
weekend. So if you've been listening to the pod the last couple of weeks, you will know that we are running a giveaway with our good friends at Phrase Skin over a 4-week period. We're officially halfway through the giveaway.
Jeez, that's crazy.
There's been some cracking calls. If you want to win a Phrase skincare pack, you can cop the lot. There's a daily cleanser, a moisturizer, and a face mask. I ordered some and got mine on the weekend, Clutzy, and it's fucking unbelievable.
It is actually really good, hey. Like, I've been using it myself on the weekends, and you've been sending me some photos with the face mask on.
Yep.
It's just good. You just feel nice.
I sent it to the boys in our group chat. I was like, everyone should have face wash, skincare. And if you're going to get some, why not back these 2 blokes? 2 young brothers having a crack, giving it a go. It's Phrase Skin, Frase Skin, and they've got a discount code for everyone out there. It's Battler20, which will give you 20% off. So make sure you go and get some. But as we said, they're doing a giveaway once a week for the call of the week on our Monday show, and we're proud to announce that this week's winner was the Bundy Dribbler.
Surprise, surprise. Bundy
Surprise.
is one of our all-time callers. So shout out to Bundy. You'll have to reach out to us because we want to see if you actually still listen or if you're just looking for clout.
Yep.
But good work on the call of the week. So
But yeah, Bundy, reach out and we'll arrange to get you your Phrase skincare pack. Shout out to the boys. And before we move on, we've got another exciting announcement.
talk to me.
You may have seen something floating around on our Instagram during the week.
Yeah, you might have.
You might have. A couple of young strapping lads and a pair of budgie smugglers.
Yeah, one dude with a great ass and the other one with the longest hamstring back combination of 2023.
If you're watching on YouTube, I'm holding them up here. Our good friends at Dominos have partnered up with our other good friends at Budgy Smuggler, and they're giving away 30 pairs of custom Dominos Budgy Smuggler budgies.
They're actually so sick.
They are
Like,
sick.
it's incredible to see like the actual detail of the pepperoni.
Yeah, it's basically pepperoni pizza on a pair of smugglers.
Yeah.
And they're doing it for Father's Day. So if you want to get your hands on a pair, the only way you can do that is by putting forward your dad to be Australia's most cheesy dad, or the cheesiest dad in Australia, rather. You can head to the Dominos website and enter there. Basically, they're looking for dad jokes. So if you think your dad's the cheesiest dad in Australia, head there, put his name forward, and he could be in the running to win a pair of these smugglers. Clutzy and I have gone the extra mile here.
Yep.
And we've both got a question, dad joke from our dads to sort of set the tone.
I messaged my dad. I was like, do you have a go-to dad joke that you do? If you do, can you send through a voicemail message?
Yep.
About 5 minutes later, I had 6.
Yep.
So we've gone through and picked dad's best. So
I also had to teach my dad how to do it. I tried to. You can see on my phone right now, there's screenshots with circles on it. The first one he actually sent through was literally him like dictating it, like it was his joke written out. He'd obviously hit the microphone, recorded it and converted it to a text. So I was like, no, please do it again. But let's get into it with my dad's call. My dad's joke, not a call, sorry.
Pirate walked into a bar. He had a wooden leg, a hook for one hand and a patch over one eye. Barman says, what'll it be? He says, I'll have a rum. Gets him rum. He says, do you mind if I ask what happened to your leg? He said, we were on the ship one day and a rope got wrapped around it and it tore my leg off, so I got a wooden one. Oh, says the barman. He says, well, do you mind if I ask what happened to your hand? He said, well, we were in a battle with some other pirates and a bloke with a cutlass cut my hand off, so I had to get a hook. He said, oh, fair enough. He said, what happened to your eye? Pirate says, you wouldn't believe it. I was standing on the deck of the ship one day, looking up into the sky. A seagull's flown over and shit right in my eye. Barman says, that wouldn't send you blind, would it? Pirate says, no, but it was the first week with the hook.
That's a classic from my dad, a classic from my family.
Yes, it is. I've heard him say that one before.
Yeah.
He does love that.
We'll pull up Clutzy's dad's one. It's an absolute cracker.
Hey boys, I'll Klutzy here. I had to ring the missus up the other day and I said, I've got something really hard to tell you. And she goes, oh shit, what's that? And I go, oh, Ken Dodds' dad's dog's dead.
It is a bit of a mouthful, that one. Oh, fuck, that got me good. It took me a second to realise what it was. Ken's dad's dog's dead. Too fucking good.
Yeah, that was good.
But we've also put the call out to the frothies out there to hit us with their best dad jokes, just to sort of get the juices flowing ahead of Father's Day. And these are our selection of the best. There's an absolute stack that came through. We might save them for the Monday show. So they're good ones. But here's some of our favourites from during the week.
The grub here. Yeah, dad jokes. We all love them. Like, how do you catch a unique rabbit? Unique up on it. And how do you catch a tame one? The tame way. Just simple but effective. Like, what's a wok? Wrong. It's something you throw at a wabbit when you haven't got a wife. Or. Shout out to dad jokes. And shout out to dads. And shout out to my dad. Shout out to you, Robbie. Now, he's going to hate this next joke. And it's going to give him the shits. Which is hereditary, by the way, because it runs in your genes. But why was Robbie's dick blue? Because he put it in dye. Now, you won't understand why that's funny, but you will when you realise that my mum's name is Diane. Rightio, fellas. Give him these.
Oh, the grub never misses.
Oh, it's so good.
There's a couple of other good ones here, which we'll get to.
Boys, it's Poods from Newey down here. Just met me niece for the first time, so I've got some dad jokes for you. What's the difference between a front yard and a backyard? A house. What's the difference between a horse and a donkey? Very little. My favourite ones are cemetery jokes. Growing up, my old man, whenever we drove past the cemetery, he'd say, oh, there's the fucking dead centre of town there, boys. Or why can't the people who live in this town get buried in that cemetery? Because they're still fucking alive. Ha! Dickhead. Have a good one, boys. Cheeks in your cheeks. Give them fucking heaps.
It's another one that's got to run in my family before.
Yeah. The dead centre of town is a staple of every family.
We used to actually live near a cemetery, so it's used to get a fair old run. A couple more.
How you going, fellas?
Well,
this is a new one. This is the West End Wankstain here, coming at you live. Well, podcast live, that is. So, I'm tuning in to get some cheesy dad jokes in. I'm going to hit you with a three-peater, alright? I'm going rogue. Alright, boys. You hear about the two boys who stole a calendar?
No.
Yeah, they both got 6 months. What about this one? Do you know Forrest Gump's computer password, Glutz?
No.
Yeah, no, it's one Forrest one, mate. Alright, one more, my personal favourite. What's orange? It sounds like a parrot. You're damn right it's a carrot. Have a good one, boys. Rip in.
Simple and effective. And lastly,
so
to round it out.
Klutz Stars, how are we, lads?
Well, thanks,
How are
man.
you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good, thanks. A couple of dad jokes, one-liners for you. Kick your Monday off. Who can drink 20 litres of diesel and not get sick? Jerry can. I got a few more. Why don't blind people bungee jump? Because it scares the shit out of the dogs. What do you do when a bird shits on you? You don't take her on a second date, that's for sure. And also, guys, I know you're all about the ocean. You love the ocean. Don't know enough about it. But I've got a pen that can write underwater. It's been tested. Definitely can write underwater. So if you want it, let me know, lads. Writes other shit too, but definitely writes underwater. Cheers, boys. Have a good one.
So thank you to everyone for sending in your dad jokes. Some absolute crackers there. And we might have to play some on the Monday show because there's a shitload more.
Yeah, definitely.
But make sure you get around the Domino's comp. We'll put the link in our Instagram story if you're listening to this on Wednesday, and enter your dad into the draw because you can win a pair of these extra spicy smugglers. You can't get them anywhere else. So
you'd be one of 30 people to have
one of
them.
30 people, including us. And these ones smell like shit. So let's move on.
Righto, it's back for the third week in a row because no one's really said anything about it.
No,
so,
we seem to keep continually getting away with this.
Yeah,
So
and
until someone tells us to stop, we're not going to
we
stop.
forgot the whiteboard marker again, but it's Celebrity Cock
It is
Off.
Celebrity Cock Off. We're coming back in here tomorrow. I'm going to make it my absolute mission to bring in a whiteboard marker and get this list up.
Yep.
But yeah, Celebrity Cock Off week 3. Clutzy, who have you got for me this
Well,
week,
mate,
bud?
you go first. I went first last week.
I think you went first the week before as well,
Yeah.
so I will go first. I think I've got a very good contender this week.
Okay.
That could potentially take out the number 1 spot. That's a big call.
Wow.
Big call. Chris Hemsworth, obviously.
Yep.
Nice cock. We know that. Sean Johnson
Sean Johnson.
of the New Zealand Warriors. Yeah.
Wow. Jeez.
He's hot.
He is really hot.
Silky. Yeah.
Good footy player.
Great footy player.
Built.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow,
Quick.
that's good.
Cool.
That's really good. I like that.
Yeah.
You're going to have no idea who this guy is, but
Okay.
he plays a character, and that's why I've got
Yeah.
him for this. So his name is Peter Mayhew.
No idea.
Now, you might be wondering,
Who's
who
Peter
the fuck
Mayhew?
is Peter Mayhew? Unfortunately, he passed away in 2019, born 1944, so he is a bit of an older gentleman.
Yep.
But he is the man that played Chewbacca in Star Wars. And as we all know, Chewbacca is one of the biggest motherfuckers and would have one of the
longest
biggest
cocks.
hogs.
Yeah. Did Chewbacca's have cocks though?
I actually used to make like a meme, the Big Dick Wookiee Warrior.
I remember seeing this and used to Photoshop a cock onto a Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Do we know the Wookiees have dicks?
Yeah, oh, they have to, dude, because they reproduce, man.
Yeah, but
Well, they're not like fish. Dude, they're like giant, like dogs/apes.
yeah, okay.
So they must fuck.
They must fuck. Yeah.
And I think the thing is, they're sort of like the Zohan. You remember Zohan? Adam Sandler? You don't mess with the Zohan?
Yeah.
Big bush. Hides
Big
the
bush.
cock.
Okay, so it might not look as good.
But
once you trim back the
once
weeds-
you trim back and once you get him primed and horny,
Yeah.
there is a huge Wookiee warrior cock coming straight at you, courtesy of Peter.
Now, could you argue that given he's not human, he has an unfair advantage, and therefore, like, if we just listed an elephant in this competition, they're probably going to win.
Yeah. I'm saying that the actor to be able to play him has to be like some
Okay,
sort of
so you don't mean the
impressiveness.
Wookiee itself.
Not the Wookiee
But
itself.
you're not going to get someone with a small cock to play a Wookiee,
No.
are you?
You got to get someone who's quite impressive in
Quite
the
well
cock
hung.
department. So I'm just
Yeah.
trying to find where I've actually got this. As you can see here, that's the Big Dick Wookiee warrior.
Yeah, that's exactly how I remember it. Yeah.
Just for everyone at home,
If it's in
that's
proportion.
sort of what we're looking at.
Yeah, it does look quite big.
Now I'll just show you a quick photo of Peter.
Is that him? He looks
Yeah.
fucked.
Big tall fella.
Yeah.
Like he's
He is a
fucking
tall
huge,
fella.
bro.
Yeah, okay.
He's
Yeah.
massive. So
Yeah.
he was 74 when he passed away,
Can you
unfortunately.
get some height, like some
But-
stats on his height there for Wikipedia?
Yeah, well.
I think I'm going to have a hard time convincing you here that Sean Johnson's got a better cock than him, aren't I?
I don't know. Sean Johnson's hot as fuck, dude.
He flops that cock around. When he
This guy's 7'3", which is 2.21 meters.
gets so tall.
Can you imagine the
That is
absolute
tall.
hog on Peter?
That is fucking tall.
There's
It'd
a
have to
reason
be
why.
in what's the word? Like in proportion. Like
Yeah.
he'd have to have a huge Johnson.
Yeah, shout out to rulers.
Another thing that I've just realised for my candidate, he's literally got Johnson in his last name.
Oh my God.
Sean Johnson. He's Sean Cock, basically.
Fuck. I didn't even think of that, dude.
There's got to be extra points there.
You don't get named after a hog if you don't have a hog of consequence.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Look, I wasn't too confident with Peter coming into it, and I'm not confident with Peter now.
Really?
I like the idea of a man having Johnson in their name, particularly when they're at the top of their game.
He's at the top of his game
Bro,
right
he's
now.
what?
Wires are flying.
Early to mid 30s.
Yep,
One
yep.
of the greatest New Zealand sevens
Yep.
of all time.
Yeah. Still doing the damn thing.
A great guy as well.
Yep. Hot.
Like
Johnson in his name.
Let's put ourselves in position of fathers right now. Your daughter comes home. Hey, I got this new guy.
He dresses up like
he's-
a dog ape /
Yeah,
non-English speaking
does that.
thing.
But you see, that might appeal to Dad because that might tug on his heartstrings.
He
It's
might be a Star
He might
Wars
be a
fan.
Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
But if
He
you bring
could be a
home
Wise supporter as
a
well.
man named Johnson, you're like, oh fuck, where can this go? And then it's like, oh my God, Sean, you're beautiful.
Yep. And a great rugby
And a
league
great
player.
footy player. Thank you so much.
There's probably more Star Wars fans out there than rugby league fans, though. So
That is true. And I feel like if you're 7'3",
you've got to have.
if
a
we're
piece.
going by economies of scale,
you've got to
that's
have
a
piece.
huge piece. That's a huge piece on Peter.
But in saying that, and I'm not saying that this is not the case for yourself, but you're quite tall.
yeah,
How are you in the
yeah,
shaft
I know.
doing?
Well, they're always just anomalies, isn't there? So, yeah,
The
look.
chances of him being an anomaly, though, are quite low.
Yeah, the chances of people
Considering
ending
you
up
are
like
one
me.
as well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. He could have the old elephantitis, old Peter.
Yeah,
But,
it could go the other way.
and I don't know, Peter Pecker.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Peter Pecker.
Do you think either of these blokes? So what I'm gathering from this conversation is that they're
Yeah.
pretty neck and neck.
Yep.
Do you think either of them are Johnson enough to knock off Chris
I don't think
Hemsworth?
either of them are Johnson enough to knock off Chris Hemsworth.
Okay.
Because, like, Sean Johnson's close to it, I think.
Yeah.
But I feel like because of, like, Chris would be more built.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'd feel like, oh, dude, there's just Thor.
Thor,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
That's the Thor card, Thor's
There's
hammer.
the Thor card.
Yeah.
We've seen him with long hair, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, like the Viking, but he can also go the short hair look
Yeah,
and still
yeah.
look equally as.
So we're keeping Thor at number one.
I think so.
This is your call.
I think based on see, this is actually difficult, man.
Yeah.
Because as you said, more people will probably know Chewbacca, but not the man behind Chewbacca.
Yeah, true.
But I'll see if he actually started anything else because he might not.
The fact that you have to Google that, though, does that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like, I'm not exactly the most well versed.
Yeah, neither am I.
Oh Jesus, that looks a bit. What on earth is Jedi Junkies? Oh my God, that was so weird.
Upon.
Dude, I've just had a look. It's like, so he was just in Star Wars by the look of things.
Yeah.
But you know how when you go to Google and you click on movies?
Yeah.
So it's got like his top 4. So episode 4, episode 5, Force Awakens, episode 6, that sort of shit.
Jedi Junkies.
Number 5, Jedi Junkies, a documentary. Glimpses the personal and professional obsessions of some of the world's most dedicated Star Wars fans.
Oh, they're fans.
And it's just like...
It looks
but
like a porno.
The photo
Yeah.
looks like the start to a porno. Very interesting. But
Back to the cock.
back to the Cox. I think purely because Peter might not be as well known,
Yeah.
particularly to our generation,
Yeah.
and particularly in Australia.
We're going with Sean.
I'm probably going to put Sean at 2,
Yeah. Peter 3.
Peter 3,
Yeah.
Wayne 4.
Yeah. Or do we say Tim Allen? I can't even remember.
No, I think we said Wayne and
Tim
then
Allen.
Tim
Pete
and
Davidson.
then Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Poor Pete Davidson.
Yeah, he's hard done by.
He's actually
But like
hard done
top
by.
6 cocks, that's not bad.
At the moment, yeah.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad place to be. I'd love to be in the top 6. I'm probably in the bottom 6. So.
Yeah, for sure. It's a pretty good list. We'll have to go back to the drawing board and
Yeah.
actually write it up.
Yeah.
Might even get some little place cards or some blue tack or something.
So we can,
and
like, shift 'em around.
Start
Yeah.
moving them around. But that's celebrity cock off once again.
If you've got any feedback on the segment, let us know. Also, a very special announcement for anyone who's bothered to listen this far through. We're going to be dropping some new merch. September 4. Clutzy's currently wearing the jersey and the hat. Just in time for the Wallabies World Cup campaign, baby.
Yeah, that's it. Now, it's not official Australian merchandise. It's just we just love the colours.
We just love green and gold. Yeah,
that's it.
Legally,
So-
it's definitely not associated with the Rugby World Cup. It's
No,
just
it's
an
not at
absolute
all.
coincidence that it comes out the same week.
No,
as
we
the
actually
World
had this
Cup
plan
starting.
for ages. It's just
Yeah.
crazy that it's only finally rocked up now.
Yeah, it's been delayed. And
Yep.
So get keen for that. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow for the sports show.